Thank you very much. Can you hear me? Fine? In case, please tell me that. Okay, so let's speak about neuromodulation, building brain computer. We are going to see how we would like to introduce this kind of feature in something that is very well established as deep brain stimulation. Just a couple of words. This is a technique that is around since 20 years. There are some players, big players that make device, but the device pretty much are the same. What they does, deliver a constant stimulation over the time. If the patient need to change some adjustment of the treatment, they need to go back to hospital. Patient continues to take drugs, and this is more or less the implant looks like. It's a pacemaker with two cables implanted into the brain. So, what is the problem? Well, the problem is, well, there is a good market, 500 millions, with a good market increase, but the real impressive number is the market penetration is just 7%. So it means that only 7% of patients can receive this implant right now as for these techniques. Why? Well, is a patient scared because it's an invasive techniques, no? And the physician, let's say, they don't like too much these techniques for two main issues. First, it's very difficult to manage the patient because every complaint you need to spend time and time to adjust the treatment. Sometimes is out of the budget of the public institution, or sometimes is out of the pocket of the patient. So, and the other thing is that not all the symptoms are fully addressed. There is dyskinesia, that is a very complex side effect of drugs that is not addressed by DBS, and also freezing. What we do here is something new. So it's something that try to change the way of the patient and the physician interact with technology. So we are providing an adaptive closed-loop system. Now I'm going to show a very simple video, no, just to explain the very simple, to explain what we are doing. This is a person with symptoms that are not constant during the day. No? DBS, what it does, just take down some symptoms, but there is still some problem on the patient. How you can take down the symptoms is providing electrical signal, constant, fixed, to a specific deep brain target area. What we know also, that the symptoms are variable during the day. So there is a different input, and what we can do, detect the patient clinical state using a signal. At the end is very simple what you do. Record and adjust treatment in real time, second by second, using the same electrode, same standard care procedure. We don't change anything, and this is our target. This is the theory. Now let's see a real case. This has been recorded 2017. You will see standard DBS, adaptive DBS, fully controlled dyskinesia, you will see. Published study, same patient, double blind, and we decided after this set of patients to start up the company and to make the implantable system, because this has been made with an external device in hospital. you will see on the left is the dyskinesia induced by levodopa. So, how we do this in theory? What is our technology? Okay. We have developed a bidirectional neural interface. It means that we can record signal and store signal from the brain. And we can do also during stimulation. This is a very complex because the stimulation noise is very high. We speak about volt and we target a signal of microvolt. And we were the first to do it. Then what we have done, we have applied this neural interface to a closed loop system. So we detect the signal, we process the signal inside the IPG, and we adjust every second the amplitude of the stimulation to the patient needs. We have done with external system 25 patients published in 3 different publications. What we have seen, the system works. We can track the patient clinical outcomes. The system is safe, so our closed loop don't give to patient any side effect, and we deliver 70% less of energy to the patient. And from the clinical point of view, we take down the dyskinesia, is a bad side effect, about around the 30%. So, where we are in terms of development, we have done our IPG, stands for implantable pulse generator. So we have this device. We are going to implant next year in 3 different centers in 3 different countries, 15 patient pilot study. And then we are going to work with FDA to get the approval of our pivotal trial that we already discussed, has been designed to be around 70 patients starting from 2021 after our Series B round. We then are planning a market launch in Europe and United States, and break even is 1,000 of device, and the device can cost between 15 and 25,000 euros. We have done everything with 13 millions. The company is covered this year to have a 15 patient, to get the approval by FDA, and to set up the pivotal study. Management team, couple of words. Second company I found, Oleg, my colleagues, very expert, chief medical officer. We have Sarah, my colleagues, professor bioinformatics, and Alain that is working with banks since many, many years. But the most valuable is this slide. This is the best people around the movement disorder that are helping us developing the research and strategic decision in terms of development and scientific research. Executive board. Just a couple of things. This is a very safe roadmap. We have a very established techniques that is Parkinson. We don't need any reimbursement. The clinical approach is very safe, not a lot of patient population and not risk to fail the primary outcomes. Good, but we also think a step forward that could be the implementation of this neural interface in other indication and other application, for example, brain-machine interface. At the end, we have developed a neural interface. I think this is the last. Contact details. Grazie.